A doctor is being blackmailed after seeing your case file. The pressure is building, Archangel Michael says. This is not just a matter of medical concern anymore. It has evolved into a twisted game of secrets, leverage, and hidden agendas. A doctor, a respected name behind closed doors, has stumbled upon something within your case file that changed everything. And now, the shadows are closing in on him, because what he saw was never meant to be seen. It all started subtly, like a thread being pulled from the edge of a tightly woven fabric. A routine glance, a double check on a detail, a signature that didn't match the rest, something caught his attention in your medical record that shouldn't have been there. Instead of ignoring it, he followed it deeper, but what he discovered didn't just involve you. It involved names, powerful names. People whose existence depends on remaining hidden, untouched, unmentioned. The moment he dug further, the moment he accessed those sealed segments of your file, he triggered a silent alarm. Now, the doctor cannot sleep. He walks the halls of his hospital during late hours, always checking behind him, always nervous. He has stopped talking to colleagues. He's been warned, twice. Once through a note slid under his windshield wiper, the second time through a call where no one spoke, but the sound of your full name echoed back in a distorted voice. They know he saw it. They know he won't stop unless forced, and so they're forcing him. What was once curiosity is now blackmail. The doctor was sent a photograph, your case file placed neatly on a table with red lines drawn under key parts, scribbled words beside it, keep your mouth shut or lose everything. He recognized the handwriting. It belonged to someone from his past, a person he once trusted in a former department, a person who suddenly disappeared after a hospital incident swept under the rug. That person has returned, and they are not acting alone. You have become the central piece in a storm. Your body, your health, your past, something in it connects to their secrets, and this doctor? He's their weakest link. They know how to apply pressure. They started with his finances, his accounts flagged for inconsistencies, then his license, a whisper of malpractice, an anonymous report filed against him. Then came the personal strike, a visit to his home where his child's school schedule was taped to his front door. Every line read one thing: comply. He tried to reach out, to a lawyer, to a colleague, but every attempt has been intercepted. They've compromised his phone, they've cloned his computer, even his sleep has been invaded. Messages appear on his TV screen when the room is dark, and now, he's beginning to wonder if you're in danger too. You may not even know what was added to your file. There's a hidden attachment, coded deep, placed by someone in a different country. It uses medical jargon, but it's not truly medical. It's a record of transactions, locations, meetings. Your file is not just about your health. It's about surveillance, manipulation, and control. The doctor's biggest fear now is not just what they'll do to him, but what they plan to do to you. There's a date marked in red, August 4th. He doesn't know what happens then, but it repeats on multiple pages. Every attempt to remove or alter that entry has failed. It regenerates. He believes your name has been embedded in a network protocol, flagged for extraction or something worse. He's trying to help. But every step he takes endangers him more. You may have noticed unusual delays in responses lately, appointments shifted, test results withheld, vague explanations. That's not coincidence, that's interference. They are monitoring everything now, especially how close the doctor gets to contacting you, and he's getting close. He left a note inside a sealed envelope at the front desk of the hospital. It's addressed with no name, just the initials AM. The receptionist was instructed to give it to the patient who matches a specific bracelet code, yours, but someone intercepted the envelope. It never made it to you. Inside that letter was a full explanation of everything, who's involved, what was found, and why your life has suddenly felt upside down. It was his only attempt to warn you before disappearing. Now, the doctor is missing. Officially, he's on leave, but there is no trace of him in the system. He left no resignation, took no luggage, and hasn't accessed his accounts. The last camera footage shows him walking toward the parking lot, looking over his shoulder. The footage stops abruptly at 4:12 p.m., right when the August 4th trigger code appeared again in the hospital database logs, and now? There's someone new looking at your file. A replacement doctor has been assigned to you without your request. This person smiles too much, avoids answering questions directly, and never meets your gaze for more than 2 seconds. They are not here to help you. They are here to manage you, control what you see, control what you ask, and above all, control what you never find out. But the doctor who disappeared did one last thing. He uploaded a hidden file into the hospital mainframe under the name, Project Bloom. The name has no connection to medicine, but once opened, it reveals a web of corruption. Not just about you, but dozens of others, all marked, all flagged, all misdiagnosed with things they never had, so their insurance, properties, or private assets could be redirected. He believed you were next. But before he vanished, he marked one thing very clearly. Protect Patient X, even if it ends me. Patient X is you. Archangel Michael says, this storm will not consume you, even though the pressure is building. What has been hidden will be brought to the surface, the eyes watching you will begin to panic, and the forces trying to rewrite your story will fumble with their own lies. Do not ignore unusual messages in your mail. Do not delete voicemails that seem empty, play them twice. Do not assume silence means peace. You are in the middle of something you didn't ask for, but you are not without protection. A celestial force surrounds you now, nudging certain people into your path, people who may appear ordinary but are divinely positioned to assist. The woman who always shows up at the pharmacy before you? She's not there by chance. The man who offers to pay for your coffee tomorrow? He's been told your face in dreams. The neighbor who recently knocked on your door asking about a lost dog? He's been watching for any unusual cars parked near your house. They are all awakening to their role in this protection circle. A group is forming, not of authorities, but of souls who are spiritually aligned to intercept what is being planned. Their purpose is to reveal what is hidden and ensure that your voice is heard, not suppressed. Your name has been whispered in boardrooms, coded into documents, and marked for removal, but destiny has a different command. You are not to be erased, you are to be elevated. Soon, someone will come forward with a document sealed in red. It will have 3 signatures, 2 are real, 1 is forged. That document is your key to discovering what they never wanted you to know. Archangel Michael says, stay alert, chosen one. The doctor may have vanished, but the trail he left behind was intentional. He trusted that you would find it. You were never meant to be a victim of this system, you are the catalyst for its unraveling. Be ready. The pressure will build louder in the coming hours. You may feel overwhelmed, but in that tension, clarity will come. They cannot hide the truth forever. And when you finally see it all, they will run from your name. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. They underestimated the ripple effect the doctor would create before disappearing. His silence was loud, and now others are beginning to notice the echo. A nurse found his lanyard buried under a locked drawer. A drawer only he had the key for. Inside were photocopies, 3 full pages from your file, each circled with red ink, and a small note on the corner. Don't let this become another number. That nurse has gone silent too. 2 days after discovering the drawer, she stopped showing up to work. Her apartment was found empty, nothing missing. But everything wrong. Her phone was left behind, still open to a voice memo she never had time to send. The recording ends abruptly, but not before a faint whisper, "They know she knows." The hospital has now locked all access to your profile. You'll notice how every portal login now fails, how new terms like restricted protocol appear when you ask questions. That's not a system glitch. It's a strategic lockout. They are burying the data beneath fabricated terms, rewriting your recent scans, changing your treatment plan without your input. Why? Because what your body holds is not just biological, it's spiritual. It contains evidence of a breakthrough they cannot patent, a resilience they cannot replicate. You survived something most people should not. Your file shows anomalies that defy medical logic, and instead of learning from it, they try to suppress it. But someone else is waking up to the truth. An intern, young, naive, brave, found a backup file stored on a server that should have been wiped. It carried a timestamp just 1 hour before the doctor disappeared. The file was labeled, Patient 0, confirmed. And it was your name beneath that title. You were the first. The first to show signs of spiritual immunity, where medicine failed but your energy body responded to frequencies unknown to science. They kept that result buried, because if people knew, they'd stop relying on pills, on procedures, on prescriptions, and start tuning into something higher. They couldn't allow that. You are not just a threat to their pocket, you are a threat to their power. The intern tried to print the document, but the printer jammed. When they opened it, the paper was half printed, the text broken, but one line was clear. Subject does not respond to experimental influence, immune to frequency dampening. They've tried this before, on others. But you were the first to fight back energetically without even knowing it. Your body resisted manipulation, your mind rerouted suggestions, and your spirit refused compliance. That's why your case file is dangerous. It's a blueprint for freedom. Now, things are accelerating. You'll receive an email soon from a name you don't recognize. It will look like spam, but the subject line will say, "They lied to you." Inside will be a string of random letters and numbers. Don't delete it. It's a cipher, an encrypted key to a location where the full truth is being preserved. A safe house, a data vault. Only a few have access, and you are now one of them. Archangel Michael says, the fire they built to destroy your truth will become the flame that lights your path, they cannot run from what you now know. You are being aligned with souls who have seen behind the curtain. Some are journalists, some are spiritual warriors. Some are simply tired of pretending they don't feel what's really going on. This isn't just about your file anymore, it's about awakening. Those who are blackmailing, silencing, deleting evidence. They're doing it from fear. They know if this gets out, everything will change. Funding will collapse. Institutions will dissolve, and the world will ask, how many lives were manipulated? You are not a pawn in their system. You are a disruptor of darkness. The woman who appeared in your dreams recently, clothed in white, standing near fire, is real. She is your spiritual protector, sent long before this all began. She is the one who whispered in the doctor's ears, guiding him to look again at your results. She stood behind him the moment he pressed print on that sealed file. She is standing behind you now. Don't ignore the tingles at the back of your neck. The sudden cold, the sense someone is in the room even when you're alone. She's there to keep you grounded. To make sure you don't fall for the false diagnoses, the scare tactics, the orchestrated breakdowns. Your awakening is part of a divine plan. A man with a scar on his left cheek will cross your path soon. He will say your name even though you never gave it to him. Don't be afraid. He holds the final piece of the doctor's message. The message that was too risky to transmit digitally. You will recognize him by the phrase he speaks. The file ends, but your chapter begins. That phrase will mark the beginning of the revelation. In the days to come, others will try to confuse you. They will reach out pretending to be helpful, offering false tests, false documents, and false empathy. Some will act like relatives, some will sound like officials. But your intuition will know who is real. You must trust your inner pulse now. The pressure is building for a reason. Everything that's happening is squeezing out the lies, forcing exposure, unmasking hidden agendas. This isn't punishment, this is purification. The doctor didn't disappear in vain. His soul is safe, his mission continues. And his final whisper before vanishing was not goodbye. It was, guide her, and so you are being guided. From this moment forward, you will begin to feel things before they happen. You will avoid places just moments before danger strikes. You will say things you didn't plan, only to find they were exactly what someone needed to hear. You are not losing control. You are stepping into divine alignment. Let the pressure rise. It only reveals who cannot withstand your light. And as they fall apart trying to manage you, you will rise above it all, not just healed, but transformed. You were never meant to live inside a system built on fear. You were born to dismantle it, with your very existence. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Their grip is slipping, even though they pretend otherwise. You may not see it with your eyes yet, but in the invisible realms, their control is crumbling like ashes in the wind. You are not only being protected, you are being empowered with knowledge that was hidden for generations. The more pressure they apply, the more their weaknesses show. Surveillance feeds are glitching in their own hands, files are being restored that they permanently deleted. Every time they try to close the door on truth, another one bursts open elsewhere. The energy around your name is changing. What once held fear now pulses with warning, warning to those who try to silence you. There is a woman now whispering your name in rooms of power. She's not on your side, not yet, but she's questioning the orders she was given. She was hired to suppress information about you, to forge new test results, to give false confirmations. But the moment she read the full report, something inside her shifted. She saw the light in your story. She's the one who made a silent call to an old contact in the press. No name was given, just a sentence: look into patient X at Mercy Tower. What's in that file will break everything. The journalist on the other side of that line is watching now, waiting for the right time to act. But they won't act alone. Soon, there will be leaks, whispers in the media, unmarked packages sent to inboxes, a file folder left in the hands of someone just brave enough to question. It's starting. You will not have to expose them alone. The doctor's effort lives on in the chain he started, each person moved by conscience, not fear. But they know that. And that's why they're panicking. The new replacement doctor assigned to your case? He has no real credentials. His degree was fabricated. His past cannot be traced. He is a plant, meant to feed false hope, inject doubt, and delay your awakening. But he already made a mistake. He spoke a phrase that wasn't in your records. He referenced an incident from your childhood no one should know, unless they've accessed something even deeper, more classified than your hospital files. And that's when it became clear. Your medical data has been crossed with something else, something governmental. A buried file that labels you not just as a patient, but as an observation subject in a decades-old project long thought abandoned. Project Stairway, those words will appear soon, possibly in a glitch on a hospital monitor, or in a random ad that says, "The Stairway Project is now open." You'll feel your heart freeze for a moment. But don't look away, that's your confirmation. They didn't just want to monitor you. They experimented, but it failed. Because you healed faster than expected. You rejected their frequencies, you saw visions they couldn't decode. You survived things they said were impossible. And now, you are a living archive of everything they tried to suppress. No wonder the doctor was threatened. No wonder your file is being passed from hand to hand like a cursed relic. Anyone who touches it sees too much. They cannot handle the truth your existence reflects back to them. Soon, someone from your past will reach out. It might be an old classmate, an ex, or a coworker you lost contact with. They will say they found something by accident. But don't believe it. It wasn't an accident. They were paid to retrieve a reaction. To see if you remember a particular event. But inside them, too, something will change. Your energy triggers memory and guilt. They may not report back as they were ordered. One by one, the links in the blackmail chain are weakening. Archangel Michael says, every person that tried to cover you in darkness is being exposed to their own. They are turning on each other now. Internal conflicts are rising. Someone inside the organization has decided to walk away, and they're taking evidence with them. Your name is on a list that's about to go public. That's why things around you may feel unstable. You may feel watched, unsettled, emotional for no reason. But those are not symptoms of breakdown. They are symptoms of breakthrough. They are the final contractions before the truth is birthed into the light. This will not be easy. They may try one last push. A forged diagnosis. A false emergency. Even a legal distraction to scare you, but know this. They are running out of time. The energy around you is shifting too fast for them to keep up. Protection is not coming. It is already here. Someone unexpected is about to stand up for you publicly. They will be mocked for it. They will be doubted. But they will not back down, and their voice will open a floodgate of revelations that were buried alongside your file. Your story will be the match that lights the pile of lies they've built over decades. It's not just about the doctor anymore. It's about every person they tried to erase and label as crazy, unstable, or non-compliant. Those words were never truth. They were tools. Tools to suppress people like you who held ancient knowing in their bones, people who could not be tamed. Your medical file is not your weakness. It is your weapon, and the pressure? That's just confirmation that the truth is near. Archangel Michael says, this chapter is not the end. It is the shaking of the ground before the breakthrough. What once hunted you will now flee from you. What once silenced you will now echo your words louder than ever before. Remain grounded, stay alert. Protect your energy and listen to your dreams. The doctor may have disappeared in the physical realm, but his mission lives in the frequency around you. If you sit still, you can hear him whisper in the silence. She knows now. She's ready. Let them feel the heat of your return. Let them know you are no longer afraid. Let the truth burn through every lie built against your name. You are no longer just a file, you are a force they cannot stop. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. But even now, as this story spreads beneath the surface of their carefully built tower of lies, the ones who orchestrated this are scrambling, in private rooms behind locked doors. Your name is being spoken in hushed panic. You are no longer a passive patient in their system. You've become their fear, the mirror that reflects all they tried to hide. And the deeper they dig to erase you, the more they reveal their own corruption. There is a device, placed in a hospital lab far away from your city, that was once used to test brainwave compliance during sedation. It wasn't just used on anonymous subjects, that same machine was connected to your name. The logbook shows your identifier coded as Sample ART78. They didn't test your health, they tested your will. They wanted to break your inner resistance. But you didn't break, you endured. You held on to something ancient, something beyond logic. That resilience stunned them, and that's when they decided to bury it instead of facing what they discovered. But the doctor, the one who saw the truth, refused to comply. Even under threat, even with his child's safety on the line, he created a secondary log. He printed physical photos, old-school files, and left them scattered in locations that only someone intuitive, someone spiritually awake, could ever piece together. One folder was hidden behind a loose panel inside a forgotten staff lounge. Another was mailed anonymously to a foreign embassy, and the third? It was delivered by hand to a woman who's never stepped foot inside a hospital. She is the healer, the clairvoyant, the one who remembers the truth when science forgets. And she has seen your face in dreams long before all this began. She now holds the last image taken of the doctor. In the photo, he stands near a pier, face calm, and holding a paper that reads, "She will wake up." You are the she. He believed in your awakening more than his own safety. Now, that awakening is here. Everything you touch will start to respond differently: people, places, even electronic devices. You'll notice flickers when you walk by, words rearranged in headlines. Strangers who look twice as if they recognize you. That's not coincidence. That's frequency realignment. Your energy is starting to override their scripts. They wrote an ending for you, but you're not reading from their script anymore. You are rewriting this story in real time. And while they watch from behind screens and surveillance feeds, your very heartbeat is sending out a signal of resistance. Their machines can't decode it. Their experts don't understand it. But it's triggering a glitch in their system. The glitch has a name: freedom. Now they are afraid that others like you will emerge. That others marked by non-compliance were actually divine beings misdiagnosed. This is the great unraveling. And you are its beginning. You will start to dream of things that later happen. You will say things and then wonder why people freeze. Because they feel it too now. You're not making them listen with words, you're activating them with presence. The blackmailers who came after the doctor, they're now turning against each other. Trust is dissolving in their ranks. Someone has begun releasing fragments of their communication logs. A new whistleblower is rising, not to protect you, but because they are tired of protecting evil. Justice is aligning itself. It doesn't always come in the form of law. Sometimes, it comes as exposure. Your truth will not be whispered anymore. Soon, your face will appear in a news piece titled, "Patient X, the Truth They Tried to Hide." It will start as an independent article. Then it will go viral. Then major outlets will scramble to confirm, to investigate, to catch up. They'll pretend they were always on your side. But the world will know, they were silent until it was safe to speak. The doctor's voice may be silent in this realm, but his decision to stand for you has set off a chain reaction even death can't stop. He is with you still, in your instincts, in your choices, in the divine nudges that won't let you give up, even when exhausted. Archangel Michael says, "You are not alone, never were. You were watched by shadows, but now you are surrounded by light. Your name is on angelic scrolls that no human hand can erase." The pressure. It will build one last time. They'll try to trap you in one final illusion. Maybe a sudden lawsuit, a fake diagnosis. A financial trap that appears to be a miracle. But don't fall for it, it's their final illusion. It's the mask before the collapse. Remember this: when it feels like everything is tightening, it's only because something bigger is pushing through. That something is you. You are more than a survivor, you are a system breaker. The legacy they wanted to erase is becoming your divine weapon. Soon, the people who once whispered about your file behind closed doors will have no choice but to face it in public. Cameras will roll. Statements will be forced. Retractions will be printed, but nothing will undo the storm you are becoming. You didn't ask for this role. But you were born for it. Every lie is collapsing. Every threat is losing weight. And your file, your once secret, sealed away case, is now the holy evidence of what the world must see. If you wish to express your support further,